If you feel like you know you should leave your relationship, but you find yourself completely paralyzed by the fear of being alone or the crushing guilt of walking away, I want you to take a deep breath. There is nothing wrong with you, and you are not crazy. I'm Karen, relationship coach, and I specialize in helping women who are in exactly this space. In my last video, I talked about how your nervous system doesn't actually look for a good relationship. It looks for a familiar relationship. It's going to crave familiar chaos over healthy unknowns every time. But today I want to talk about the actual psychological traps your mind uses to keep you locked in a relationship that doesn't work for you anymore. Today, we're going to look at 3 specific mental traps keeping you stuck in place: the fear of the unknown, the caretaker trap, and the weaponization of your own guilt. More importantly, I'm going to give you the exact mindset shifts I want you to take to finally unhook yourself from feeling so stuck and reclaim your confidence to choose you. Let's start with the first trap, which is this fear of being alone. If you don't face this fear, you will keep using a subpar, unfulfilling relationship as an emotional shield. You will literally sacrifice the rest of your entire adult life, your peace of mind, and your future just to avoid spending this time by yourself. Think of it like this. Imagine you are standing at the edge of a dark, completely quiet forest. Your brain is convinced there are wolves in those shadows. So instead of stepping into the forest, you choose to stay standing inside of a house that is actively on fire. This burning house is painful, it's hurting you, you can't breathe through the smoke, but it's bright and it's familiar. The forest is just an empty space. And to the part of your brain trying to keep you safe, empty space is terrifying. But here's the truth. The fear of being alone is just a survival error code in your nervous system. Thousands of years ago, isolation meant you were kicked out of your tribe and you would die. Today, isolation just means an empty apartment and a quiet evening. You need to shift your mindset here. Stop viewing alone as the void of rejection and start viewing it as a blank canvas of absolute freedom. You aren't being abandoned by someone. You're being returned to yourself. And that's the shift we have to make in our mind. The second reason it's so hard to leave is what I'm going to call this caretaker trap. This is the habit of prioritizing everyone else's needs entirely ahead of your own. We love to tell ourselves that we do this because we're compassionate, loving, selfless, but if we're being completely honest, it's often a distraction mechanism. Putting all of your energy into fixing their chaos can keep you so exhausted that you never have to look at what's going on inside of you, the pain and the empty spaces in your own life. It's exactly like running around a neighborhood trying to fix everyone else's broken plumbing while your own house is actively flooding. Your boots are full of water, your foundation is rotting away, but you tell yourself, I can't stop helping them. They need me. They won't survive without me. When you do this, you're operating from a borrowed worth mindset. What is borrowed worth? It's when we feel most valuable, or sometimes only valuable, when we're taking care of someone else. You feel valuable when you're giving to others. But here is the shift for this. By constantly managing someone else's situation, their problem, their emotions, the problems they're trying to solve, you're actually stealing their opportunity to grow. You're keeping them dependent. In doing that, you're making it almost impossible for this cycle to end. It's definitely time to fire yourself from the job of managing someone else's life. Your only true, real obligation is to save the person living in your own skin. That's what I want you to focus on. The final trap that we can get stuck in, and honestly, this is usually the heaviest one, is the guilt. The guilt is the last part that we need to be able to get a hold of if we're going to allow ourselves to take care of us. If you mistake the pain of upsetting someone else for doing something wrong, it will keep you hostage forever. It's like carrying around a 100-pound backpack that belongs to someone else while they walk next to you, completely empty-handed. Taking that bag off your shoulders and setting it down on the trail isn't an act of cruelty. You didn't throw their stuff away. You just gave them their own weight so they can carry it on their own. That's a massive misconception that being a good person means that you never cause someone else pain. But leaving a relationship that doesn't work for you is actually an act of radical honesty. You have to learn to distinguish between two types of pain: clean pain and the dirty pain. Clean pain is this natural, inevitable, normal sadness of a breakup, of loss. It hurts and it heals. This dirty pain is the toxic guilt of feeling responsible for another grown adult's ultimate happiness. They are allowed to be sad that you left, and you are allowed to leave anyway. I want you to hear that. They're allowed to be sad and upset if you leave, but you are still allowed to leave. When you try to break these loops running through your mind, your nervous system is going to panic. Remember, your body will mistake a healthy boundary for an absolute emergency. It will scream at you to run back and fix it just to make the internal alarm stop. You do not have to listen to that alarm. If you want a quick win to start building your internal security today, do this. Spend just 15 minutes today doing an activity entirely by yourself. Go get a coffee, take a walk, sit in the park, read a book, put your phone away. Just sit with yourself and prove to your nervous system that you are completely safe in the quiet. Choosing yourself is not an act of cruelty against someone else. It's an act of alignment and care for yourself. If you're sitting here listening to this and you know deep down this is exactly where you are and you want real support along the way, I'm here to help you navigate this. Click the links below and you can schedule your free call with me today and we can get started right away. Or check out my free mastermind. Both of the links are below. You've spent long enough taking care of everyone else. It's time to start taking care of you.